And what I'm going to do is jippy jabber a little bit first so that people have a chance to find out I'm on. You're going to have to do that. StreamYard, there's a little bit of a delay too. So I wait until I see that little I thing that tells me I really am going. Because sometimes it cuts off, I notice it cuts off just the first part of whatever you say if you start talking immediately on StreamYard. So just letting you know, I do have StreamYard. If somebody needs to come in tonight, I can send you a link. Okay, I am D Ocean Swagger. D Ocean, Deep Woo. Because deep woo is what we do. Very deep. The deepest of woos for you. Sounds like the cat and hat a little bit, huh? Anyway, what I do is really, I'll talk about any kind of woo. Here we recognize experiencers. And basically, if people have experienced woo, we will give it a proper hearing here because we don't believe that all experiencers are crazy. If somebody experienced something, it means that something's going on. I mean, if thousands of people are seeing and hearing things, something is going on, whether it's the way they think it is or not. I mean, we can be fooled by things, but let's face it, a lot of things that have been discounted and generally thought of as being kind of a crank thing. If it were a court of law and we had this many witnesses, eyewitnesses, somebody'd get convicted. So really, I tend to err on the side of and give a little bit more leeway to the side of the experiencers, to the side of if people are experiencing something, there must be truth in it. And that is the basis of this show. And we look into all of that as it comes up. The number one thing that people seem to be here for, I didn't expect it to be as political as it got. I really didn't. But it's funny how politics have been affecting people's lives so hard in the last few years that I can't ignore it. It's part of the phenomena. So I'm going to preface this by saying, remember, this is for fun and entertainment. And has nothing to do with real life, which takes place outside the matrix. But we're all in a matrix. So obviously, and it has only to do with what's going on in the matrix, which is where we are right now. Hello, Richard. How you doing? First in. Ooh. Good to see you. How was your bike ride? And I know it wasn't just a bike ride. It was a get together. So that's what we do. We do woo, and we also I have had precog dreams and stuff since I was little. My dad had them too, and mostly the biggest trick about precog dreams is being able to unravel their meaning, and the way that our minds work can be quite convoluted, but I will give you some tips if you're ever trying to figure out what's going on in your dream world. Hey, Denali, Denali, Denali. Hello. Oh, it rained on us and you had a good time. Oh, great. You had a great time. Okay. Well, Here's the thing. Our dreams, I'll give you some clues to interpreting dreams. It goes like this. Your subconscious will speak to you in ways that it thinks you'll be able to accept. So it will try not to scare you overly much. And so may use imagery and puns instead of just flat out telling you what's going on. It will make you figure it out. And that's usually how your subconscious works. Because a lot of times we react a little too emotionally and wake ourselves up, like you do from a nightmare. So a lot of times it will be a precog thing, will be also fraught with a lot of strange imagery, and it'll use puns, it'll use songs, it'll use symbolism of all kinds. So just to let you know. And oh, Denali has tarot cards. Oh, yes. Well, don't be intimidated. To tell you the truth, I like the Native American cards because I took to them right away, but I am learning the tarot cards. I prefer the Native American lessons on them, though. They make more sense to me. I couldn't relate to the images on the cards, the tarot cards. I could to the two Sam's decks that she put out. So anyway, with that being said, we just had a big eclipse. We have a full moon, and that used to always be, and I'm getting ready to switch the camera over here, that used to always be reading time here on this channel. And hopefully it shall be again, readings on the full and the new. So I'm getting ready to switch this around because I want to show off my spiffy, and I put on some makeup so I'm not as scary. Hopefully I'm not as scary tonight. I think last night I looked a little frightening to myself. Of course, maybe I'll look frightening today too. But I just don't like wearing a lot of makeup on my face. I may start to do it just so that I can be a little more telegenic, but honestly, it freaks me out to feel it on. I just don't like the feeling. But you were Native American in your last life. I still am Native American on my mother's side. So me too. I'm sure that people like us have been most things that it's possible to be on the earth. Because a lot of us have been here a lot. Anyway, I'm about to turn the camera around for y'all. Hang on. Stand by. Whoops, that didn't work. It was something else. You'd think I'd have this down by now, right? There we go. Camera. Okay. Turn it around. And you will see, there's my little boy there, Cowboy, my sweetheart, my sweet backflow incense burner. But I have to tell you, bad thing about backflow incense burner, if there's any breeze at all in a room, it just doesn't work very well. That's what I've found. It'll just go out everywhere. It'll come down and then fly out like it is now instead of running down. So I'll try and get some shots of it doing that. Maybe I'll move it a little closer here so you can see it. Hang on. And this is my poor broken abalone shell. I need to replace so I can do my smudging. But anyway, there's the incense. I don't want to get it too close because I don't want it up my nose. The rubber hose. Remember that? Word hogs. Welcome back, Cotter. That was a long time ago. I'm dating myself, and I'm sure that dating myself is illegal in some states as I'm very closely related to myself. Um, Hang on. Let me get back to chat now and see who's here. Oh, keep. I hang on. Something's gone here. Uh, Something happened here. So give me a minute. Okay, I did it. Yes. Okay. Oh, Gemini. Hi. Oh, and Nanya Carola. Did I say that right? Hi. Yes. Okay. We'll look into that. And Ananya, Ananya. It's a cool name. Um, let's see. Let me get my bleep together here. This is my favorite little pendulum, and it's opalite, and opalite isn't a real opal, but it's light and it's small and it works really well. So I really like this little opalite. And it's been pretty good for a while now. Now let me get out my cards. And I have my little cushion here that I put my camera on sometimes to get it up high enough to see my face, but you don't need that right now. And hopefully the lighting will be good and I won't look like I'm glowing day glow orange or red or something. Day glow, daylight come and you wanna go home. Day glow. Oh, that is not the song. Oh, come on. I know I'm kind of silly sometimes on purpose because it puts people at ease, and then I can kind of sneak up on you. But no, that's not the way it is. Anyway, okay. Pretty much, I think we got it the way we want it now. My pendulum, yes, is up and down, and no side to side, just like this mat. If you take a look at my spiffy mat that I got, this mat, yes, no, unknown, maybe. It's a little bit helpful, although trying to take a picture of it makes it a little hard for me to see it. Sometimes what's going on, so I have to kind of look in the camera to see it. Anyway, oh, you told Marilena in the astral world that I was on. Maybe she'll make it. So, the first in, so let me see who came in first. And we've got Richard Denali. And then we've got Gemini. Then we've got Ananya. Okay. So I'm going to open it up first to the people who got in first. Richard, do you want your reading? Because right now the order is Richard, Denali, Gemini, and Ananya. So if Richard is still near his keyboard, and if not, I'll wait a minute to see if he makes it back. And in order to do so, Richard would be the first in, Denali would be the second, Gemini would be the third, and Ananya would be number 4 so far. But I know that probably not everybody's in here yet. So we can start. It's kind of an odd time for me to be on, but this may be my time now. it seems to be a pretty decent time for me, and I may try to have this be a regular time to come in. Is Mondays at 7:30, and if you guys tell me that's a good time, hopefully that's a good time for y'all. Okay. So, Richard, are you on board for this, or are you off doing something? Because if you don't speak up very soon, the way that we do this is I've got these two decks. They're Jamie Sams wrote the decks, the meanings, and there was another artist that made the pictures. But the reason we're using these is I respond to those. I just can wrap my head around them better. They just speak to me better. I can pull up some tarot cards, but then it's going to be a little different because I'm not as used to them. These I can be pretty much dead on with. So we also have my pendulum, which is a kind of a delicate instrument, and we've got to be careful how we ask a question, and it will just stall, on us if we don't ask the right way. So fair warning about that. And I kind of use the pendulum lately. I've been using the pendulum to check to make sure that everything I told you in the reading, that I've told you enough, and that I'm in the right direction with the reading, just to double check. And oh, hello. Okay. Hi, James. How you doing? Okay, James is going to be okay. Well, since Denali is first and she just gave her spot to Ananya, because Richard isn't answering, he's probably waiting for the rest of y'all to file in and off doing something, figuring I'm going to be doing an explanation, which he already knows what to do with this, what's going on with this. There's Brandy. Or maybe he's just writing again. But yeah, Richard, if you come back in, we'll plug you right in. Okay. So then Denali has kindly said Ananya, who's the new girl, and hello, new girl, and welcome to the Woo Crew. What I'll do is I will shuffle these cards, and you will be thinking about your question. And you will tell me when to stop shuffling this deck of cards. And if you don't tell me after a while, though, I'm just going to stop and we're going to do the reading. So I don't take forever. But just to add you into the equation, I have the person I'm reading for just tell me when to stop shuffling to put them in the equation. So just type stop or now or whatever you want to do. So, Ananya, you're on. Tell me when to stop shuffling. Brandy, you're a fine girl. I won't sing the whole song. Okay, here we go. And your card. Talking stick. Okay. Here's the thing. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about your question. And your question was about your career, correct? An art career. Okay. So let me look. Oh, no, music. It was music. Still an art. A successful career in music. That's what we're doing. And with this, there are a lot of people involved in your decision. The talking stick was a way of keeping order in a discussion, and the people who had the person who had the talking stick could talk, and then they'd pass it on to the next one who would give their opinion, and the next one who would give their opinion. But while somebody had the talking stick, they would be the only one talking. This was to avoid confusion. And this was a sort of rules of order. So basically, what this has to do with your question is communication, and that there's more than one person involved in your question, and that all of the parties involved in your question should be considered, that their opinions should all be considered. So if you are planning on going to school for this music career, you know, how you might be thinking about how you're going to fund this or whatever. If your parents are involved in this, or if your other loved ones, your significant other or something is involved, um, whoever else may be involved, if you're planning on having a band or whatever, is that the important thing will be to honor everybody's opinion that is going to be involved in this. So, um, but this is a card of communication, which is good because that's basically what music is a form of communication. So this looks positive for you. And right down here, it says viewpoints and options. So it says you will have a lot of options with this, and you will have a lot of viewpoints connected with it as well. But it's a good start, so it's looking good. So here's card 2, and this is going to be from the animal deck. That last one was the Sacred Path deck. This is going to be from the animal medicine deck. This usually is the people in your life saying something about the person who's, or a person, or a maybe even you, that is interested in this, has an interest in this. Okay, so just once again, tell me to stop. And the only reason, okay, stop now. And the only reason I say don't take too long though is because some people will have me shuffling very long, like several minutes, and that's not really good for, oh my gosh. And then everybody's waiting and I'm waiting and I'm getting tired of shuffling. So. Oh my gosh. There are some secrets involved with this. This is going to bear some more questioning. You're not the only one involved in this project, and this is secrets under the surface. Somebody knowing a secret. If you're trying to practice in secret, that's a heck of a way to become popular and famous. I mean, if you're going for fame and fortune, very hard to go for fame and fortune and also be secretive. So this is kind of a strange, shall I say, a strange reading. Well, let me think. How would this relate to you? Unless it's somebody else that knows some secrets about your plans that is keeping them. And if so, you might want to clear that up. Because That's odd. I'm sorry, that's so odd. I'm going to have another card here. There's something you have to clean up or clean out. Something you're going to have to get rid of. Something you're going to have to bulk, okay? You're going to get it bulk. I took some broadcasting, and I used to help a DJ. When we bulked, we erased tapes back in the old days when there were tapes. There's some things you're going to have to bulk. There's some things you're going to have to get rid of in your life to get yourself ready for that. Okay. And yet it says miracles can happen, but you have to do this first. So whatever this secret is, you're going to handle that. And whatever it is you've got to get rid of in order to make this happen. But then the miracle can come. Yes. So your answer is, will I? Do you have the will? Do you have the will to be successful in music? Because I'm in music. It's not that easy. You know, many overnight successes were years in the making. And that could be different for you, but you have to really be, it says there's going to be some effort involved, and there's going to be some stuff for you to wade through. So yes, completely possible. But if you do that, then a miracle can actually happen. Yes, because this card is one of the empty shield cards that they give you in the deck, and the one that I put on this card, the one that I assigned to this one, is it's for an animal that means something specifically to you. To me, this is the bumblebee, and it means that you will be okay. A bumblebee functions like every other bee, but they're a little bit more docile, and they also are a little bit more clumsy. Okay, so they're clumsy, but they're also not very combative. They're docile. But they still get the same job done. So, and for years, science was wondering, how do they fly on those tiny little wings? That shouldn't even be possible. That's why this is a miracles can happen card, because this goes beyond what science understands. Okay, so it says yes, things can happen beyond what science understands. So if you can take care of the secrets and the cleansing and clearing that you're going to be doing, then the miracles can happen. And it will be almost magical. Or maybe it will be magical. Okay, well, let me see if that is all I need to tell you about that, or if there's something else. Okay. Pendulum, let's see, are you ready to go? Yes, it's moving around. Okay, my cat's name is Fred. No, it's not. My cat's name is Cowboy. I like the way it stopped and then started again. Great, great, great. We're having great. Okay, so did I get that right? Is that all she needs to really know about that? Is that going to help her now? Is that okay? I'm on the money with that. So there you go. I'm on the money with that. And there is your reading complete. And I wish you all the best. Like I said, music is not that easy of a field, though. It might be after the changes take place. It might be easier, though. Okay. Then Denali. Well, actually, you're really welcome, Ananya. And then Richard is back. Richard, do you want yours now? Yeah, Richard is back. Do you want yours, Richard? Or are you just here for the conversation? And do you want a reading? Please type something so we know, so we don't have to use telepathy. I always say telepathy costs extra. I'm going to charge you twice what I normally charge, which is nothing, but still, it's the idea. Yes, please. Okay, good. Then you know the routine. I need you to tell me when to stop. Oh, stop. I had a friend that used to say that a lot. Stop. Oh, stop. And it's like, well, what, being myself? You want me to be somebody else? Richard is back. Okay, just tell me when to stop. Stop. Okay. White buffalo, the white buffalo of the North Shield. And the North Shield about home and elders, home, elders, and winter. Interesting. And wisdom, gratitude. So this relates to your home or your home area or something that's happening in your home. Okay, tell me again when to stop. And by the way, the buffalo usually has to do with abundance and having your livelihood, your living. Hey, Michelle. So once again, please tell me when to stop. Stop. Okay. Rabbit, what are you afraid of? What is your fear? That's number one. Number two, is fertility is possible. But number one is there some kind of a fear or concern about something going on in or with the home or with an elder? And if so, we have to take a look at that. Rabbit can also mean things are up in the air because they hop. When things are up in the air, that's when you cover the most ground. But because they have a tendency to hop and cover a lot of ground that way. But the first thing I got is, what are you afraid of? Great mystery. Something that you feel is unknowable. Maybe what's ahead. Maybe these are very tumultuous times that we're going through. And what does this mean to you? And this would be perfectly natural because I even feel that way sometimes, even though I know it's all going to be okay in the end. What am I going to have to go through, right? But it says a transformation. And the butterfly is a transformation that happens in stages. We're all going through this transformation. This is all being brought to us by great mystery. So the message would be not to fear. Not to fear. Trust this. And trust that the abundance is really there. Even through this transition, you're going to make it through. Even through this transformation. And remember, the butterfly, before it can fly, it has to go through its cocoon stage, its pupa stage, which it turns into nothing but goo. But then these cells arise. They're called imaginational cells, and they reimagine the whole nature of this character, this creature. They imagine it into a butterfly. And science calls it that, not me. Science named it imaginational cells because they're imagining a butterfly. So, and because that's coming up to me, I'm saying don't fear what's going to happen. Make it happen. Make happen what you want to happen. You have an opportunity to do that. You have an opportunity to steer this transition. You have an opportunity to imagine what you want this transition to be when it turns out. And so take that chance and make it what you want of it. And it looks like you are being watched over by wise beings. You might even have a close encounter of some kind. In fact, you might want to start looking at the sky and seeing if you see anybody up there. And this is just not just cards. This is clairvoyant reading now. This flipped right into clairvoyant. There are some beings that want to get in touch with you. So look at the sky, look into your dreams, and start creating your transformation the way you want it. Because you are divine and you do have the power, like all of us here, you are divine. And let me see if that is all that needs to be said. Okay. Is that what he needs to hear? Yes. Basically, okay, you're running two businesses and selling your house. Need a bigger shop in the country. You're going to be able to create that. The additional would be, of course, like always, look before you leap. Rabbit has a tendency to want things to happen fast. And it's going to come in stages. But you can manifest exactly what you're looking for. And I hope you do. Hello, Black Dragon. Sup, man? Okay, I am having trouble keeping track of exactly who is. I believe it would be Denali next, right? Denali, then Gemini, then I'll have to go look back at it. Okay. Denali, you're next. Yeah, belly up to the bar. Ah, and you know the routine. Okay. The other thing about this incense burner here that I have, I couldn't resist one. It was this one was $10 plus it has another side. It's a two-sided one. Kind of hard to see because it's a dark color, but it's actually a two-sided a black backflow incense burner that I found on Amazon, and I just couldn't resist for $10. So I'm sorry. It was like, what, $10? Two-sided? I never saw one. I has to see what it does. So that's what I was thinking when I got that. The only thing is, it's really hard to get it to work right because it's got two holes and it's not easy to put the backflow on just right. Because, and this is a sort of an impromptu review, as you can see, the holes in them are not exactly centered. So trying to get them on there right can be kind of a difficult. Plus, all the incense seems to smell alike, pretty much alike. Hey, Jason. Okay, so Denali, it is Denali time. Tell me when to stop. And stop. Okay. You saw me mix those cards. You saw me mix those up really good. Talking stick again. Once again, a lot of people involved. A lot of opinions, viewpoints, and options. There are a lot of viewpoints involved. There are a lot of options for you. But there's a lot of talking going on. There's a lot of discussion, and you have to weigh all that out. You have to listen to all of the parties involved and weigh it out. Okay. And I guess we are in a time when we're making a lot of decisions. Once again, hey, Marilena. Once again, tell me when to stop. Okay. Ah, this is freaking me out once again. Do you guys know each other? It's Bumblebee again. I explained this one too. This is something that happens that is beyond the scientific understanding. It's the miracle card. So there's a lot of viewpoints and decisions, but a miracle is quite possible with this reading. Once again, wow, that's interesting. But I find that it's interesting how sometimes the same cards will come up, and I think sometimes it's because of the time that we're in. Let's see if there's any additional information. There will be a sacrifice involved. This is something that can hurt. But this is playfulness. This is something, in some way, either you have been sacrificing or there's something you need to sacrifice. Something's going to hurt. However, there is also this playfulness. And the advice is to treat yourself gently and be in the feminine energy, because it's a very feminine card. This is a masculine card. They play a lot. It's a very watery card. So I'm sure you understand what I mean when I say you need the feminine balance. You need to get into that feminine frame of mind in order to solve this. But a miracle does happen. Yes, you have sacrificed. Mm-hmm. Well, but here's this. This is good in general. Miracle. So I think what you have sacrificed for and what has hurt, it is going to come up your miracle. Okay? Your miracle is coming. You know, that was a kind of a theme with the last one too. There's something you're going to have to do that's you're going to have to take a certain action, but then the miracle happens. Yeah, that may be actually part of the time period we're going through right now, because I told you with a Mercury retrograde and all of the other stuff going on in the activation, the switch that got flipped with the. We'll talk a little bit if I have time after this. We'll talk a little bit about the switch that got flipped and what your experiences have been. So I'm going to ask, how did I do with that? Was that? Yes. Yep. Your miracle's on the way. Hope that helped. I do too. I love these cards. They're just more in tune with me than Tarot. Tarot comes to me with difficulty. These came to me with ease. So I always recommend that first. I can get deeper with these than I get with Tarot. Although I'm getting better at Tarot, I am finally beginning to vibe with the imagery a little bit, but it just doesn't come as easy as the Native American stuff. And part of it is I like animals, for one thing. The animal deck was the first one I had, and I really, since I like animals, that all made sense to me so easily. Whoa! Okay, hang on. We're going to have to dive for a card here, which is always slightly dangerous, because I don't know where that little sucker popped to. But now we got to read it. Oh, I see it. Oh, I really have to look at my floor. There's all sorts of things down there I didn't know. They're down there underneath the table, hiding underneath the table. I kind of expect that a certain little kitty might have had something to do with this one. I think a little cowboy had something to do with that being down there. He likes to chase things like that. Come here, you. Quit playing with me. Oh, now I said cowboy, and guess who's coming? I can't. If I bend down, I'm gonna maybe upset this table. Look at who's here. Say hello. See, he's a great actor, right on cue, right? I mean, he's something else. There, we got it. Yeah, I don't want to knock this table over. We got a candle on there. Okay. Isn't that something? He is really good. Well, now you're out of the frame, cowboy. Oh, you just want to be you. I forgot to look at what it was, so another one flips out. Mouse, look closely. Look at the fine print. Look at things more closely. Yes, I forgot. Okay, please just sometimes they scold me. Oh, I think sometimes this is funny. Hello, Toya Miss Libra. Miss Libra. Okay. Now let me see. Who was next in line? You were singing to the reading. Oh, I got to flip back and look at what he was doing here. It's just a sacrifice, two hearts beating in two separate worlds. Oh. Hmm. Boy, it's hard for me to keep up with all this. Oh, I need to see the dream catcher, your sis, May? Okay, well, you can show me that. Send me a picture of it. You've got my phone number. So let me look back and see, did I miss anything? And okay, Gemini, then Brandy, then James. Thanks, Denali. Okay, thanks, Denali, for helping me keep track. Sometimes it's hard to keep track. Okay, so wait a minute. Yeah, Gemini would be next, then Brandy, James. Okay, Gemini, are you here? Are you ready? Hello, Lewis. How are you doing? Yes, I need help with this. This is people think this, they think this easy running a channel. It's not that easy. There's a lot to do in this because when I'm doing this stuff, I'm kind of out in the ether and paying attention to temporal stuff. I have to be careful that I don't bump into things and knock things over and totally ignore the physical world while I'm here, doing this. So because I kind of it's a weird dynamic for me. Let's just say physical space just kind of gets tricky for me. Okay, so um, Gemini, are you ready? Okay, you are ready. And you should then just tell me when to stop shuffling. And I am mixing these pretty thoroughly, but okay. So Black Dragon is a sweet guy. He really is. Don't tell nobody, though. Don't tell anybody. He's humble. Stop. Okay. And what are we at here? See another card like this. I'm telling you, it's the time we're in. Moon Lodge. This is a retreat. This is a time of retreat. And so if you're planning on going on a retreat or planning on retreating or have been retreating, that's what this is about. Because this is Moon Lodge. And at Moon Lodge time, that's when you went to the women's lodge. Women would go to the women's lodge, just like the sweat lodge was for men. At one time, the sweat lodge was all men. The Moon Lodge was for women. And at a certain time of the month, you would go to the Moon Lodge and just be with women, which was very wise because really, around that time, we shouldn't be around men anyway. And you know what? Once I started following that rule of not being around men as much as possible, not having too much to do with men at that time of month, life got easier for everybody. So, but it is a retreat, basically. It is saying, can be a vacation, a retreat, just a withdrawing from your normal daily activities. During that time, women didn't do any work. They just relaxed and did other activities. You know, maybe they'd weave something, you know, maybe they'd make a dream catcher, but they wouldn't be doing any kind of work. Okay, once again, tell me when to stop. Oh, a black bear encounter. Woo. Long as it wasn't a gugwe. And still, a bear is scary enough. Stop. Okay, here we go. And hummingbird. Joy. Hummingbird says, this brings you joy. Joy is on the way. And it's hard because some people see hummingbird as, in this deck, hummingbird is the joy bringer. But my Mayan teacher always said hummingbird was also a symbol of war. I don't know why. It had something to do with the beak, I guess. And so, depending on who's asking and how, but in this case, in this deck, its meaning is joy. The hummingbird's a joy bringer, something going to bring you joy. Pardon me. The mountain lion is leadership. Oh, I don't think that incense was really good for me. And the painted face is self-expression. So a retreat and joy over self-expression, and it looks like a leadership role. Some kind of, either this is a leadership role or this is you striking out in a bold way and doing something on your own. So it looks like if you're planning a retreat or something, it's going to be an interesting one. and it's going to be a good one for you. And you will get a chance to have some self expression. This is female lion energy. This is, hey, don't take this wrong, Gemini, but it's cougar. This isn't just a female lion, this is a cougar. So just keep that in mind. So if you meet a particular young man, I'm kidding, but I know Gemini, she's got a good sense of humor, so I can say that kind of stuff to Gem. She's got a good sense of humor. She's not going to shoot me for it, I hope. Okay. Comedy hour is over. No, don't bet on it. Okay, so it Brandy? Brandy? What's the next? Oh yeah, I'm doing questions. Some people don't want a question; they just want to know what the cards have to tell them. Oh, but if you have a question, you can ask it. Sure. Um, and let me make sure. Is that all we wanted to tell her for right now? Yeah, I did okay with that. Okay. Um, yeah. When your turn comes, you really got your choice. You can have pendulum. You can have cards. I double check the cards with the pendulum to make sure I got it all in there that I need to say. Or is there more coming? Anyway, whoever's next, and I think that may be Brandy. Um, yeah, Cowboy is saying hi again. And now he's doing something naughty. Are you being naughty? You want mommy's attention? Yeah. Am I paying too much attention to the cards and not enough to the kitty? Come here, knucklehead. Come here, baby. You can come over here and get pet. I'll pet you a little bit. Anyway, Brandy, you need to tell me when to stop. Oh, just anything you need to know. Okay. Tell me when to stop. Healing. Well, we don't diagnose, treat, or cure any medical condition, but apparently, medicine bowl doesn't have to be about a physical illness, but it is a healing of some sort. It is a healing, and also, medicine bowl was also used to scry to look into the future. Interesting. So far, so good. So let's see what these cards have to say. The animal. Stop again. Okay. By golly, don't you know Mr. Coyote is in the house? Well, he is because we've got Mercury retrograde. Laughter is medicine. Sorry for all this throat clearing. And my nose is running a little bit. I think maybe that incense wasn't the best one for me. Coyote is a clown. is a contrary, is doing things backward to figure out how to do them forward, is doing what not to do to figure out how to do things the right way, and he likes to play jokes. And he's a lot like little Mercury is at this time. So Mercury, once again, this is joy. East Shield, it'll become clear. East Shield is also about financial and, well, all of the things that Mercury is about, really. It's learning, education, communication, finances, moving, traveling, and spring. That's East Shield. And the eagle is, it says here, illumination and clarity. So things will get more clear. There will be healing. It will bring you a lot of joy, but keep your sense of humor. And this, I'm thinking, because of the way it's laying, it's looking to me like it's going to happen during the Mercury retrograde period, which is within the next 2-3 weeks. So, yeah, yep. I think it's going to be, something's going to happen within the next 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm glad y'all are getting hummingbird. That's making me feel good, because that means we're going to be happy about something. I feel that. Something is going to be leaving us. Let me double check, Brandy, and see. Is that all we need to know about that? Yes. This is good. Actually, I like that. We're getting that joy card, and I am getting that, is that there's something big is going to shift, and we're going to be happy at the result of it. And this is for all of us. And that it's coming up in your cards so much is really heartening. Who's next? James. Thank you. James, are you here still? Are you ready? And there's Cowboy again. After he's been up to his mayhem. It wasn't really a whole lot of mayhem. He's usually a pretty good boy. But he sure likes to sharpen his claws on my rattan couch. I mean, on my wicker couch. Don't you, Mr. Mute, to get my attention? I know, you're not looking at me right now. You're trying to fake like you ain't doing nothing. I see how you are. He's just watching out the window. He loves that. That's his window. Okay. Are you ready for this? Yeah, we do. We need changes. Really, we need changes to happen. And we've known this, and we've been asking for this. So it's actually going to be a very good thing when it happens. It's going to look maybe scary or bad, or maybe there might be some pain for some people involved. But in the end, we're going to be happy about what happened. And it's going to be better. James, oh James, where are you? James, I'm making it up. Da, 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 da. I'm gonna give you a minute to get here, to get back to the phone. Da-dum-dum. If by 8:41 you aren't back, you had a raccoon walk by you, Black. Woo, cool, Black Dragon. Raccoon is an animal messenger, after all, who is saying a lot of things. Now, to me, raccoon says different from what it shows in the animal medicine cards sometimes. The original animal medicine card deck didn't have raccoon. The newer one does. But to me, raccoon has an entirely different meaning than Jamie Sams ascribed to it. For one thing, raccoon was also known as Mapatchley, the little thief. So it can indicate somebody like that around you, but it can also have an indication of, yeah, like Denali says, that you have someone masked or hidden around you. That's another way to look at it too. It just depends on what kind of a question you have in general. Um, what you've been thinking about. Oh, the baby bunnies in the backyard came out of the nest? Oh, you're probably really cute. They have to be adorable. Where's James? Well, it's 42, so we're going to go to the next person, and then when James comes back, we'll do him, okay? How's that? So who is the next one, Denali? Yeah, because the raccoons in the Sam's deck, if raccoon would come up, it would have to do with having a social group looking after you, or is having or being part of a social group, or sharing with the social group, or your family, and the ability to share things. That's what she puts it as, which I guess it can also mean something along those lines, but it never came into my head quite like that. So Denali Princess says Michelle. Okay, Michelle. And Brandy says it's Michelle. So it must be Michelle. Okay, Michelle, are you here? You still with us? Michelle? Michelle, my belle. These are words that go together well. When in doubt, revert to an old Beatles tune. That's what I always say. Everybody knows the Beatles. And we'll wait a little bit for Michelle. Michelle, are you here still? Or did you get distracted? Well, from what I hear, a lot of people just put this on and kind of listen and lurk. That's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind lurkers, lurker-likes, and lurker-likers. As long as you're a liker, I don't care if you're a lurker, whatever. Okay. And yeah, Nusta. Going once, going twice. Well, if James or Michelle show up, they can get a reading. But otherwise, next. Maybe somebody else's stream came on. I don't know. That they kind of lurked off too. Who knows? Who did you say was next, dear? Was it Marilena? Was it Mari? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people kind of lurk. That's okay. I don't mind. As long as you're listening and liking, then you can lurk all you want. I don't care. Okay, lurk away, my dear friend. Um, I do that too. I'll put on something and be working on something in the background with it. I do it all the time. So if you catch me not talking in a chat, usually I'm working on something or I fell asleep. If it's late, I fell asleep. Because sometimes I just can't stay up for every darn thing. I like the people in the chat and everything, but you know, I've had a big day or something. Okay, tell me when to stop, sweetheart. Ah, well, you know, Black Dragon, when we get to you, we will find out. All that shuffling, only to have Medicine Bowl come up yet again. Healing. Interesting. Hmm? Okay. Same thing here. I mean, I was pretty careful at shuffling. This happens a lot. I notice this. Okay, tell me when to stop. Michelle can go next when she comes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And squirrel preparing. Also, squirrels have a lot of fun. Squirrels just want to have fun. Oh, squirrels just want to have. It's all they really want. Okay. Well, it's also the totem of Kent, Ohio, the squirrel, the black squirrel to be precise. A healing. Squirrel energy is be prepared and have a lot of fun. And also have a lot of fun. A lot of frenetic, fast energy, things going fast, and be prepared for anything. Whee! So, the question revolves around healing. Talking stick again. There's more people involved than just you in this, and all the opinions must be considered. Viewpoints and options, just as I said earlier. Snake is not a bad card. Please don't think it is. Snake in this deck is about things like being wise. It can be medicine, once again, healing. It can be as like the serpents on the caduceus. It can be, once again, preparing for the future. Right on top of the squirrel card, preparing for the future. Guarding, see how it's guarding its eggs? It's a mama snake. Guarding its eggs for the future. Okay? And shedding the skin of the past to reemerge, renewed. So, both of these are saying prepare, 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 prepare for change, guard what you have. The squirrel guards his nuts. Let the jokes commence, right? This squirrel stashes away stuff for later, and the snake is guarding her eggs. Very interesting energy here. The talking stick says, you know what? I'm sure that talking stick about there being a lot of people involved in this, a lot more people than it seems. I think our guides, or maybe our star family, even may be involved in a lot of these questions. G'day, Ken. Oh, David will be here. Well, good for you, Black Dragon. You don't open portals or summon demons or anything. That would really be kind of. I don't recommend it. Um, and all a necromancer really is, at the root of it, is a medium. I could be considered a necromancer. I talk to the dead all the time. I deal with the dead a lot. I talk to them. I interact with them. I could be a necromancer. By some people's definition, I'm a necromancer. But I'm not really a necromancer. I mean, I think that's why we coined the term medium, is because necromancer sounds scary. That's because people are afraid of death because they don't know any better. Your deceased loved ones are still them. They're your deceased loved ones. What are you afraid of? So, Brandy, a special animal, an animal that's been special to you all your life, usually that's your spirit animal. Although sometimes you can do a sort of a meditation to call that animal to you and ask what it is, and it'll show itself in some way. And some people used to do a vision quest to find that out. And these days, things go a lot faster. So these days, you can probably just asking it right now, you'll probably find out. Yeah, it's true. Okay, so the snake change, I think that is pretty self-explanatory. Marilena, do you? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about here. Um, so Marilena, yeah. Well, and be prepared. Get get your stuff together. Get your shit together, sister. Just plain as day. There's a lot of discussion, a healing. This is also healing, healing, healing. Prepare and guard. Guarding for the future, planning for the future. A complete, a transformation, a shedding of old to emerge renewed. And yeah, you already have been told this is going to happen because I know you well enough. That's what this is about. Yes, it's happening. It's happening. Okay. And is that all that we need to do for that reading? Is that reading complete now? Yes, that reading is now complete. You know what you got to do. Okay, who is next? Okay. Who is next? Oh, Toya? Okay. Okay. So since you're just asking flat out, things are not the way you think. Once again, wait, I'm going to shuffle just to make sure. This is an interesting card. Let me get this. Let me ask this way. Is baby father going to come towards Toya, Mr. Gemini? Yes, that's a big yes. Yes, that should happen. The thing is, Heyoka is humor and opposites, which usually means things are not quite the way you think they are. And so, do you want me to do any more than that? Do you also want cards with that? Because I just felt like I had to pull a card. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like it is going to happen, but see, the thing about Heyoka is it may not be quite what you expect. It may not be quite the way you expect things to go. So be prepared for that, okay? So, something you're not expecting to happen. That's kind of reverse what you'd think. Okay, good. Oh, I can pull a card. Okay, let's get some cards. Whoa, timing, rhythm, and internal timing. Oh, so for a woman, this can mean something entirely different. Your timing. Has your timing been off? You know what I mean. Hmm. And that just kind of hopped out. Okay, tell me when to stop, honey. Toya. Okay. Just tell me when to stop, Miss Toya. Hello, Drake. How you doing? Okay. Something that is going to be given away. Tell me once again when to stop. This is such a nice night to spend with my favorite people. Stop. Okay. Well, isn't that interesting? This is a gift given or received. Giveaway ceremony. It looks like something being given away or passed on. And the lizard is there's something smoky, unclear, shady, something unseen, something that's why the Heyoka was coming up. Is there something here that's kind of hidden, not clear? Um, and the story is about the lizard looking for shade, not shadow, to get out of the sun, to, yeah, interesting. Cradle board, there's definitely, this is a baby involved. This is definitely a papoose. Coyote, that's another card that says things are not what you think they are. Somehow, in some way, there's something about this situation that is not the way you think. Not what people think. Maybe the father is not who you think he is. Maybe something else about this is not clear, not who you think or what you think. Maybe the baby daddy is not quite the man you think he is, or something like that. But there's something unclear, something that's different from what you think it is, something that's not the way you think. So, oh yes, this is definitely a baby right here. Cradle board, ability to respond, a responsibility. Yes, definitely. It doesn't get any more baby than that. There's a little papoose right there. Well, there's definitely a baby involved. A giveaway could mean certain things that I don't want to bring up that would be private to you. What? What, cowboy? What are you trying to tell me, honey? What's on your mind? What's on your little kitty cat mind? Something going on? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It looks like that could well be. In which case, baby daddy may have two mamas. String. Well, let's ask. A lot of people involved in this decision. This is a different card. This is not the miracle card. This is the have a big heart card. Is there love involved? So ask yourself, is there love involved with this? Are you sure you're in love with him? He's in love with you? Is there something like that going on? Too many stories. Yeah, I bet it looks like there is. Is it his? Yeah. Well, hour of power is joy, something that makes you happy and where you feel empowered. So this is good. I mean, if you've been thinking all is dark, it's not the way you think. If you've been thinking all is good, it's not the way you think. Whatever it is, it's not the way you think. It's kind of murky and smoky, and you haven't been seeing things clearly. And This is saying with this card and this, it will clear up. It will clear up. Okay. It will clear up. But yeah, there's a lot of opinions here. There's also some options. With this coming up, as you're saying that, though, it does look like there may be more than one thing going on here. It's complicated. What you've got is complications. So just to make sure again, is the baby daddy who she thinks it is? Whoa, it's not for me to say. Are you saying yes, but well, the pendulum is also saying things are not, that's not quite the right, we're not quite asking the right question, or somehow here it's, so is he going to step up to the plate and be a daddy? Okay, stop. Is he going to step up to the plate and be a real dad? Is he going to get his butt up to the plate and be a man and be a dad? Yes. Yes, it keeps saying yes. So don't worry about what else is going on. It looks like, yes, he's going to come to you. He's going to yes. So I'm glad. I'm glad for you. Not the other baby mother. Okay. Well, that's that too. That's a fair question. Is he daddy to the other baby mother? Is he daddy to the other baby mother? Wow, and it doesn't want to answer. What are you saying? Is he the baby dad? Okay, first of all, is there another baby involved here? Wow, when it swings wild like that, it just doesn't want to say. Is there another? Because it looks like there might be another baby. Why aren't you coming to any? Okay, what? How else could I say that would make it more clear? Is this rumor she heard correct, that there is another mother involved? Yes. Okay. Is her Gemini man the father of this other baby? No. Okay. No. Okay, so there's the confusion. Somebody else thinks he's a baby daddy and he is not. Okay, I think that's what the confusion probably is. Have I got that right? Yeah. Okay, it looks like I got that right. Okay, that's what the confusion is. Somebody else thinks he's a daddy and he is not their kid's daddy. So, hope that helps make you feel a little better. Yeah, you have to ask the right questions, or a pendulum only has limited elk endurance. Yeah, I am getting a little tired. And this is Night Owl. I know. I know. Yeah, I'm going to be night owling it. Yep. Bats? What? Hmm. That's interesting. Wow. And it fell out this way. A bat is death and rebirth. Now, the thing is this have something to do with the last question, or is this to me? Endurance, bat. Something dies to be so something else can be born? Or is it about hibernation? There's some interesting energies going on here. I think I need to center myself a minute. Let me just okay. Okay, and may only truth come out of my mouth. Thank you. Okay. That's true. It doesn't have to be a physical death. Timing. Doesn't have to be a physical death. It can be, I think, some kind of a message is trying. Who's next? Who's next? Because I'm going to ask you, I kind of feel like a message is trying to come through in general. And I'm going to stop here for a moment, taking readings for other people, and just try and figure out what this is trying to tell us, if you don't mind. We're going to take a quick break here. Please get ready, whoever is next, please get ready to have your reading. It'll be right after this, okay? Right after this word from our sponsors, the universe. God in the universe has a message. Okay. And that message is giveaway, cradle board. Wow. Wow. Giveaway ceremony, once again, is releasing something. It's over in the east, so it has to do with my. I think this is talking about what I've been talking about. This, I think it's talking about what this eclipse was about. There are things we're going to have to give up. Things needing to be released. New responsibilities here in the South. This is the spring giveaway. And this is the summer. Okay, baby summer. A new responsibility. Counting coup is victory over here in the fall, or This is also love. This is also south is also health, um, play, childlike. This is baby. This is childlike. This is a victory. Or no, counting coup. Well, it's a small victory. It's like a, not exactly. What can I say? Counting coup is when you bop somebody but don't kill them. When you like smack an enemy but you don't kill them, it's considered even more brave to do that. But it's still a victory. So it's a victory without having to kill anybody or actually go to war. It's just a victory. Medicine wheel up in the north. A time of movement, a time of change. Usually, medicine wheel means moving. Somebody's going to be a moving. And it can also be a seasonal shift. It could be the whole darn earth. It could be us moving on up. An arrow is truth. And I just ask that let only truth come out of my mouth. Truth is protection. Let's see what the other cards have to say. I think this is a group message. And maybe it's important enough that they had to stop the proceedings for this special message from our sponsors. Coyote, which we already know. Coyote is in effect for the next 3 weeks. It says, things are not going to be what they look like. Please retain your sense of humor. Hawk says there's going to be messages coming in. Special message about new responsibility, the birth of something. Once again, this has to do with the big heart. Victory. Leadership. Interesting. Because the dog is friendship, loyalty, and the dog star Sirius. I think we might want to see what's happening with the Sirius. Maybe the message is coming from Sirius system, which is actually where the Lyrans and the dogs are coming from. Our little animal companions that we have with us. Maybe that's why Cowboy was trying to get my attention. We've got a message coming in from Sirius, from our friends on the Sirius, around Sirius, the Sirius star system. Something's gonna go. But there's also a gift given. Keep your sense of humor. New responsibilities. A message about that coming. Victory. Keep your heart open for a message from the good guys. Okay. Mountain lion, leadership, and movement. Things are going to be a moving, and we might be moving too. And the arrow is truth. Well, the truth about our friends. Well, we know this is going to be a big time. Wow. Okay, so am I reading this right? Is it what I'm thinking? So, is this a message from our friends from Sirius trying to come through? Yes. And it's get ready, it's a coming. Victory. And we're going to hear some news about it soon this summer. And by winter time, things will have changed drastically. The victory will be declared in the fall, it looks like, if I'm going to put a time on it. It looks like a new leader, a leader arises. I think a leadership change happens in the fall. And I think we all have some idea what that could be about. And the truth comes out. It all surrounds the truth. And a lot of this information is going to be helped by our friends from Sirius. Very interesting. This is very positive. Very positive. Very positive. Thank you. So, did I get that right? Is that all, or is there more? Is that the what I said? The truth? Yes. Is there any more to that I need to? Not at this time, because it's swinging around. That's like, okay. Okay. Well, that's good news. I did ask to be told. And that's probably why Cowboy wanted my attention. Hey, Mom, message coming in for you. Okay. That's why I'm dropping my cards and stuff. Thank you. I appreciate it. Kitties are from Sirius too, not just puppies. Our cats and our dogs are from Sirius. They both live around Sirius now. That's what I'm told anyway. Okay, so who's next? Hey, David. Okay, yeah, we did talk about all this a year ago. Yeah, we did. Greetings and favor to you, David Castle, and to everybody. Meditate at SeaWorld by the dolphin pool. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. You guys are so interesting. We're talking about meditation for a while here. Yep. Well, I'm going to have to go back through before I leave. I'm going to have to go back through all the comments. And now we're talking about waking people up. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. It sounds like Trump's going to be back because I've been saying it. It's feeling like he's going to be back before the election even happens, maybe. Like something happens and he ends up back even before that, back in action somehow. And that he's been working on something in the background. I've been getting that very strong, that he's been very strongly working on stuff in the background that we don't know, we're not being told. But we're going to be happy about it when it comes out. And for whatever reason, they can't, and probably they can't because they can't let the plans, they don't want to let the plans slip out. They don't want to rock the boat. They don't want, if there is the time viewing technology that we've heard about that, we've heard of looking glass and other things. There are things they don't want to upset, probably. There's people they don't want to tip off. So they have to be careful how they do this. I understand. That's why we can't know everything. I went through a period when I had to go completely on faith. I couldn't know what was going on because if I'd known, I had a tag on me. I might have told the wrong person. They might have found out. The wrong person might have found out what was going on. And that would have screwed things up. So I couldn't even know what I was really doing. And that's all I can really say about that, even to this day. Because I went through a period where I could not even know what I was going to do. To this day, in fact, there are times when I do not know what I am going to do about something, but I do only the moment before I need that information. Does it come to me? I will have it only when it is time for me to, and no sooner. Yeah, sure I can. But who is next in line? Because we do have a line here. We do have quite a few people that came in. So several at least, like a dozen people. But we've gotten halfway through, I think. Okay, our break is over. So who is next? Can somebody tell me whose turn it is next? Yeah. Well, once again, hi Linda, too. Nice to see you. I didn't see you kind of sneak in here. Ah, the pond. You get to be by a pond. That's nice. Hmm. Yeah, we have a pond here. I like it, but it's so tilted that it's kind of hard to sit and meditate there. There's no really where to sit. They don't want you sitting there. It's just, I think, for, you know, it's for looks or something. They don't want you really to sit there. Um, so there's no seats around it or benches or anything. And the land is very tilted, so you can't really meditate around the pond too much here. Yeah, and taking a bath, yeah, it does help. A lot of my stuff ends up being coming to me in the bath. Um, so who's next, though? I have lost track again. Okay, revised. Lewis, Jason, Ken. Lewis, Jason. Okay, Lewis. Okay, Lewis is next. Okay, Lewis, are you ready? Thanks, Denali. I wonder what happened to Pam. I haven't heard from Pam in a while. I hope she's okay. But she's got the new granddaughter. So she's probably a busy grandma. Okay, you ready, Lewis? Let's go. Okay, you guys got to see this. Look at this. The little leg. Look, I'm going to see if I can do anything about it. No, I can't. Can't get any more close up than that, but look at this. Cowboy with the leg hanging off the edge there. He's back on his perch, so everything's cool. Everything all right, Mr. Cowboy? Was that what? Yeah, he's all calm now. Everything's fine. Okay, we got the message, Mr. Cowboy. Thanks. And he's like, I told you so, Mom. I was trying to tell you. Okay, Lewis, let me know. Say stop at some point when you want me to stop. Yep, that's actually his perch. He likes to look out the window and flirt with all the women walking their dogs. From a safe distance, he can look at them. Some of them call out to him, Cowboy. His little ears go up. They know who he is. He's watching. Yes. My sweet little boy. Look at him. He's so cute. Here, we'll peek this way at him. That would be a good picture. I'll get a picture of him one time through the chair back there. It's actually a cute picture. Okay, Lewis. Oh, stop. Okay. Um, oh, protection and returning home. The shawl is like a protective layer, and also can refer to our atmosphere on this planet, since the atmosphere is like a protective layer. And this is returning home, and it is returning home to the home of the heart. So something is returning home, maybe you. So this is interesting. Let's see if we can figure it out. Please, once again, tell me when to stop. Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of the negative stuff online is actually just trolls and bots, hired trolls and bots. That's what I think. I think they're hiding the fact that most of us are awake already. So let me know when I need to stop again. Our heart is a portal, that's true. Okay. Mouse, look very closely at things, examine things closely. Ah, somebody tricky. Weasel talks a good story. Somebody who tells a story. And he talks a good story. This person. Doesn't mean they're being exactly untruthful. It just means you should look very closely at whatever is being offered to you at this time. You should make sure all the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted, read the fine print, and examine. Examine very closely. It looks like, yes, power place. A home. This looks like Earth connection. If there's a place where you really feel at home, you'll have a chance to be there. But you have to look very carefully into this because it looks like there's fine print. And it looks like somebody is not necessarily upfront with everything. So if this has something to do with buying a place or moving home or moving your home to somewhere else, I would say there's a good chance of that happening, but you have to be careful what the fine print looks like. Oh, we can overcome it. Yeah, we can overcome all that stuff. As a matter of fact, refer to my dream that I had, because somebody brought up that one of the characters in my dream could represent that whole concept right there, because it was Tasha Yar, and what did she die from in the series, in the Star Trek series, Star Trek: The Next Gen? And if you know that, then you know what I'm talking. I'm talking exactly about that. Yeah, that showed up in my dream, in my prophetic dream. Oh, I would love to see that. Yeah, I have Facebook, and actually, I'm Diana Singer on Facebook. Feel free to friend me. I'm Diana Singer with a picture of me. "28 days out of the last 50 days have been where? Where have you been?" Lewis? What happened to Lewis? Yeah, I'm Diana Singer on Facebook, and also I would invite you to come to MeWe, MEWE.com, and be part of our Woo Crew there. We have the Galactic Woo Crew group in MeWe.com, and it's more private than Facebook. And it is also less data mining. And I think I'm D Ocean Swagger there. But there is, if you go to groups, you will find one that says Galactic Woo Crew. And you'll also find one that says D Ocean's Woo Lounge. Both of those are my groups. And one of these days, I've got to get a dedicated phone number or something or email for this, but I just have been having issues figuring out how to do some things with my phone. My phone just doesn't want to do some things, like give me landscape instead of vertical, instead of portrait. It just doesn't want to give me landscape mode. For not with StreamYard anyway, which is really annoying. Let me see if I can put a banner up. Yes. There it is. I've got it. Okay, paypal.me/OceanDiana. If anybody has a urge to give me a tip, that would be nice. paypal.me/OceanDiana. So, and I'm going to put this up too. Our special guest, Cowboy the Manx. Okay. That's my baby. Yes, you looking so cool there, Mr. Big Stuff. Let me get back to chat here. People are chitty chatting and I'm missing it. Okay. I would love to see that though. And I do have a page there called Ocean. Um, I am going, you know what? I've decided I have to go back to Facebook long enough. I have to put a Woo Crew page there. I have to put it. It's just, I believe that Facebook is going to get taken over by somebody else anyway at some point. Just be careful what you do with Facebook. I think Facebook, much like Twitter, is going to get taken over by somebody else. And then the rules are going to change, and then we're going to maybe like it again. So we'll see. That I kind of got a feeling like that like maybe uh, that and Google and all the other stuff is going to be taken over by somebody else and handled differently. Yeah, Diana Singer is another one of my emails. Yeah, Diana Singer is one of me. And well, it's me on Facebook. Did I mention that I don't give Facebook all my information and never did? Nor did I give up all my contacts. I was real sneaky with Facebook. I'll admit it. Okay. He's mad. What, cowboy? He's not mad. Oh, cannabis res. Naysay. Naysay. Did I say hi? Um, well, maybe he'll take over Facebook, or maybe somebody else will. I don't know. Face ache. Yeah, I know. That may be changing too. Remember, everything's going to change. Oh, is he next up? Okay. Next up, step up to the plate and let me know you're still here. Otherwise, we're going to take a couple minutes and just screw around a little bit and see if you show up. And if you don't show up, uh, then we're going to go on to the next person. Yeah, that's interesting, because I have been to many circles. And when I was up in New York for a pagan festival, and we had people from Africa that were there. The African shaman do things quite differently. And they saw us putting energy into the earth. And I guess they were very perplexed. They don't do that. They don't do that. They were amazed that we did that. They say, we don't even know how your magic can work. Because the way their belief is the earth is greedy for energy and will take all your energy. But from our belief is the earth will give you energy, and then when you bring the energy back down and give it back, that it's a give and take reciprocal thing. And that's our system. That everything is about reciprocity. And so that was a different concept from in their belief. And they were surprised that it worked. But somehow both systems work. So it's interesting. But you're right, Black Dragon. Most people just take and they don't give. But I was always taught that we need to be reciprocal, that we need to bring that energy up from the earth, send it up to the sky through us, hook to latch onto Father, this great central sun, bring that back down, and feed that energy back into Mother Earth and become a loop, a conduit for the male and female energies. And that by doing that, we will also be energized, re-energized. And every time I do that, the wind picks up. Any chemtrails above my, I shouldn't say chemtrails, stratospheric aerosol injections above my head begin to disappear. My helper has seen this happen, has seen me do this. I'll go into meditation, the wind will pick up, the chemtrails will disappear, things will just move around. She's like, oh my goodness. She never believed in it. She never knew what to think of it before, but she watched it with her own eyes. She watched me do this. Yeah. So, yeah, we were made for this shift. There's a t-shirt. We were made for this shift. Or maybe to be kind of sassy about it, we were made for this kind of shift. Oh, things are going to change hugely. Yeah. You know, they're almost out of here. They're almost out. I keep getting that. They're almost out. All they've got is the lackeys. Why do you think what we're seeing is so dumb? All they got is the dumb lackeys running the show. And they ain't smart enough to do it, man. They're screwing up all over the place. And I think they're being allowed to screw up just so the sleepers can look at it and say, dang, that looks ridiculous. There's something going on here. We better figure out what's going on. This ain't right. And some of these people, please don't blame them for being asleep, because honestly, they've been hypnotized and gaslighted. Yes, sometimes very, very hard. Not everybody's got the same capacity. Not everybody's got the same capabilities. We are here doing this kind of work because we are butt kickers. We're badasses. Let's face it, we are. Anybody doing this kind of work, you got to be pretty badass to stand up to all of the shit that we've seen. You got to be badass. I was told that, in fact. I asked one time, I said, I just did something I couldn't believe I did. And I said, honestly, am I really that much of a badass that I can do this kind of stuff? And I got the clearest message in a face looking at me and saying, you are one of the baddest of badasses. Don't ever think any different. You are very capable. Don't be sitting there thinking you are not capable. You are extremely capable. Whoa. We are the ones, the cavalry coming over the hill to save us, to save everybody. We're the ones. Yes, that's us. Yes. Hello, Bomber. My phone is down to 5%. I'm going to have to plug it in or this stream is going to end. Let's see what happens first. Okay? Let's see which thing happens first. Do I plug it in or does the stream end? If the stream ends, I will be back on to serve the rest of you. To the cat. I'll serve you right to the cat. He's hungry, probably. Yeah. You need some food. He's got a little bit left, though. He ain't gonna starve. Hopefully I can get this done before the phone completely dies and I have to end the stream. I wasn't watching. I should have brought this with me. Next time I think I will. Just figure if I'm doing this, it might go longer than I expect. Let's hope I can get it plugged in time. And come on. Because I got a power bank here. And we'll see how that works. Do I have a flipping cord? What good is the power bank without the cord? I have to ask myself that question. Why did I not put the cord in with the power bank? Da, 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 da. That means I have to go and grab a cord. Okay, I may not make it. You guys might have to meet me on the next. Yep, I'm knocking shit down. May have to meet me on the next stream because I've only got 1% left. Yeah. Okay, you guys. Is what I'm going to say. I'm going to make another stream to get the rest of you in. Okay? So look for it. I'm going to end this and I'm going to make another stream, okay? And then I'll catch the rest of you. So see you there on the next stream.